As a commercial registered agent and business entity formation specialist in the state of Nevada for over 2 decades, trust me when I say I fought hard against the Nevada commerce tax. Not because I don't believe in funding our schools and education, the governor's call to action, but because it's complicated, onerous, based on gross receipts, and funds an entirely new division of state government that has to collect a lot of new information so they can administer, support, audit, and of course, everything else that goes along with the taxpayer's cost to sustain more government employees. But like it or not, the Nevada commerce tax is here and affects every business filed in the state, whether that business is incorporated or not, which means sole proprietors and independent contractors are subject to the tax too. After sitting through several tax hearings, reading the entire set of regulations, and digesting the legislative intent, I have written a simple set of instructions that you can request by calling us, which I know will make it a lot easier to understand. But for those of you in a hurry, or if you didn't receive any information from your own registered agent or the Department of Taxation, let me offer a brief summary. First, I'll start with the good news. Nevada nonprofits, you're not subject to filing a return or paying any tax if, and only if, you submit an initial exempt status entity form with the Nevada Department of Taxation. More good news. For those of you that have a domestic or foreign qualified Nevada S or C corporation, limited liability company, limited partnership, business trust, and produce no revenue in the state, or your gross revenue falls under the $4 million threshold, guess what? You still have to file the tax return every year by August 15th, but there's no tax due. It's pretty simple. You fill in about 6 boxes, sign it, and hit the submit button, and you're done. Now here's where it gets complicated. If your business does generate Nevada gross revenue in excess of $4 million, then be prepared to complete the entire tax return and pay the tax rate that's associated with your NAICS code. If you file late, there will be penalties and interest assessed. I notice there are very few general business deductions you can take against your revenue and a very tight field of industry-specific deductions, so for most, I wouldn't count on any of that to help you. But if you're a Nevada employer and pay the modified business tax, I know there is a credit for the commerce tax paid against the modified business tax due. So timing is once again important so you can apply the credit before you file the next modified business tax return. The other interesting fact about the Nevada commerce tax is that it only relates to the revenue generated, or as they call it, sitused in Nevada. So let's say you're a Nevada-based business that also generates revenue in California, Oregon, Utah, Arizona, or any other state for that matter. So for example, let's say I have a heavy equipment leasing company based in Southern Nevada. On average, I generate $6 million in revenue each year, but of that, $3 million is from clients that I lease and deliver the equipment for them to use in Arizona. That makes my Nevada revenue only $3 million, which puts me under the $4 million threshold. So yes, I still have to file the return, but no tax is due. On the flip side, let's say you're a retail business in the local mall that sells a lot of high-end jewelry, and after you deduct any returns or refunds you gave back to your customers, you realized a gross revenue to the tune of $5 million. Right off the bat, you get to deduct $4 million from the $5 million gross because $4 million is the threshold of no tax due. Now you have an adjusted gross of $1 million. Well, the tax rate on retail is 0.11%. 1 million times 0.11% equals $1,110 of tax due. Phew, done. I'm all about simplicity, so while this will prove frustrating for some, for many it will be just one more form that you have to file each year. I've learned the key for staying out of trouble is just get it done so you stay in compliance. Let us know if we can help.